The infamous Armaments patch is finally live, so in today's video we'll be taking an early sneak peek at the patch to see and judge the changes, such as the new formation, armament and inscription system, the 7k gem event, the Zenith power, and more. For context, we've been waiting for this patch for a while, where we were actually invited to a developer roundtable at I believe around November to discuss potential changes to the formation system. The main issues that they wanted to tackle with formations were these 6 points. Formations lack depth, only wedge and arc formation are viable for most commanders, special inscriptions are hard to get, armament upgrade progression is uneven, ordinary inscriptions are too generic, and that they don't reflect different formations and commanders. In response to these issues, they created 2 new formations. The Testudo formation, where troops take 5% less damage when shielded and all healing is increased by 2.5%, and the Circle formation, where all healing is increased by 5%. In my opinion, I'm not too sure if these armaments are really going to be meta. There are not too many commanders that can fully utilize their kits, as right now is more so a skill damage / smite damage meta, which is why wedge and arc formation have been so dominant. They added a new inscription called a rare inscription. This inscription is essentially a lower tier version of a legendary inscription, where inscription does specialize with the formation that it's a part of. So for example, a wedge formation would do something about skill damage, arch formation would do something about normal damage, etc, etc. On top of the rare inscriptions, they added a new guaranteed rare inscription feature, where if you open 150 armaments of the same formation, you're guaranteed to get a rare or legendary inscription. Honestly, 150 armaments is a lot of armaments, so I think this change more so benefits the whales more than anyone else. The people that purchase the daily armament bundles or armor maniacs. At least for me, I know it takes a while to get 150 legendary armaments, so we'll have to see how much the new guaranteed rare inscription feature will come into play. The next 2 changes I want to highlight are actually pretty positive in my opinion for the formation system. The first change is the addition of transmutation crystals. Not to be confused with the current transmutation stones, transmutation crystals resets the amount of times an armament can be transmuted. Currently, there is a limit of 10 transmutations an armament can have, so if you don't have the right stats, then your armament is just wasted. What the transmutation crystals do is that it resets that armament so that you can have another 10 chances to transmute your armament to roll for the right stats. In my opinion, this is a really good change, because one of the most frustrating things with armaments is that it felt like if you didn't get the exact right stats on your armaments, you just had to throw them away. With these transmutation crystals, you will have multiple chances to roll your armament so that you can get the stats that you want. The final change I'm going to bring up about the formation system is the state form travel and dispatch improvements, where before it was just random what armaments you can get, and then you'd usually get just some random food or some building or resource speedups. They're changing that now, where you can actually choose 3 preferred formations. So for example, if you wanted wedge, testudo, as well as arch, you could choose those 3 formations so that whatever armaments you get from dispatch or travel, they will only give you your preferred formations. So there's a lot less randomness now in terms of the constant stream of armaments, where you should be constantly getting better armaments from the travel and dispatch system. Okay, so for the 7k gem event, the last 7k gem event was actually super value because we had the Smithies special going on, which gave you some hammers for that event. We do have some event currency here with bait for this Fishman's Fortune event that is currently going on, but it's for spoilers. We're going to be going over this Fisherman's Fortune, but for spoilers, Fisherman's Fortune's not as good as Smithies specials, but still, you will want to save the 7k gems for this event. You get so many gold heads. I believe it's 35 gold heads overall with both sides. You get your gems back as well, so there's no reason to not unlock the 7k gem event. For Fisherman's Fortune, I did play around with this event. Essentially, you get bait, which you are able to get from doing different activities, logging in, attacking barbarian forts, purchasing items in the courier station, gathering resources, all that kind of stuff. And you could actually also buy some bait with gems. And what happens here for this event is you essentially go to a fishing spot. There are multiple different fishing spots that you can choose from. And when you go through these fishing spots, you can actually see which fish are available. For example, I completely did 1, 3, and 4. so they have 0 fish remaining. This second slot has 68 fish remaining. You kind of want to go to a spot without that many people and that has the currency that you're looking for. For example, if you want the special currency, this has that Yamabuki, I'm probably not saying that right, Yamabuki fish. And what you see in the market is that to buy the good stuff like the legendary commander sculpture, the epic material, the three day speed up, you need the special, you need the golden legendary fish. You are able to get other things such as 24-hour speed ups, 15-hour speed ups with the other fish, but you have to go to fishing spots with the fish that you're looking for and try your luck there. It's all RNG. So for example, if I press this net, it'll allow me to fish 8 things at a time. We were lucky enough to get a purple here, but you just essentially, there's really no real strategy except for selecting which spot you would like, because as I said, if you select a spot with the type of fish that you're looking for, you're more likely to get that fish. For example, if I was looking for the golden fish and I went to number 2, there's no way I'm going to be able to find this golden fish because it's no longer inside of the pool. Okay, next is the Zenith of Power. This Zenith of Power I feel like is actually pretty strong. It sucks that it's minus 10% archer defense, but people have been waiting for an all troop type Zenith skin for a while. I believe the last one we got was 8% defense overall. 12% troop attack is pretty good. Attack isn't the most valuable stat though, especially because you get so much of it in KVK. But I guess if you're only using one Archer March, I think overall it's a pretty good skin. Probably one of the better open field ones in the game. So yeah, I think it's a good skin to go for. You also get 5% action point recovery, which isn't too much, but I think this will be a heavily coveted skin. So if you want to go for top 10, I'd probably, depending on your continent, I'd probably aim for 30 million to 40 million power growth. But yeah, good luck for the Zenith. There are also other changes, one of the biggest ones being the additional blueprint for KVK pieces. Now you're able to, for example, get 2 KVK blueprints per KVK. So you can get 2 rings, 2 horns, and that will be really helpful because of the increased demand of blueprints with the iconic system, as well as the current refinement system. The amount of blueprints needed to get a fully iconicized, fully crit ring, for example, was 10 if you're unlucky for your crit. So halving the amount of KVKs that you need for you to be able to max out your equipment seems like a pretty good thing, although of course it will benefit the spenders or the developed accounts more. They needed to increase the process of blueprints because it was a little bit too ridiculous with the new iconic system. Overall, I'm pretty optimistic about this patch. The armament system changes, I feel like there's only going up from where the current armament system was. So, and they did make some positive changes, such as the changes to the dispatch system. 7k gem event is always good to do. Zenith of Power, if you have the speed ups and you need an open field city skin, it is a very good city skin to go for, especially if you only have one Archer March. So overall, some pretty fun changes coming ahead.